Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. Wet and cold, a Bic lighter. Hang around. Tick, 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 boom. Alright guys, thanks for joining me today. So, the Bic lighter. Every single survivalist, every single bushcrafter that I ever listened to always says carry one, and there's a reason why. These things work. They're very inexpensive, and that flame, which is a butane flame, burns at about 3,500 degrees. That can start some fires. There are a couple weaknesses for the butane lighter. Even though they are very, very inexpensive, I think you can get a 5 or 6 pack for less than $4. They're easy to use and very reliable. They do have a couple shortcomings. Number one, if they're cold. Butane's melting point is 30.2 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just under freezing. So if these get too cold, the gas or the liquid doesn't turn into a gas, which then won't come up here to release, which means you're trying to ignite ambient air. Not going to work. So these things have to stay warm. If they get wet, they won't work, pretty much just because you're trying to make a spark off of wet materials, and those have to be recovered, and they are recoverable, and I'm going to do a video on that coming up. But when they're wet and cold, we got to keep them warm. So what happens when one of these things gets wet? I got a bucket of water right here. I'm going to show you how to recover it. Now, as you can see, it's not working. I can see the gas coming out of it, but it's not going to light. So first thing we have to do, try to blow all the excess water out of it. And then what we're going to do is get it dried off. And you're going to do that just by friction. And that quick, guys. That's how easy it is. Alright guys, so last night I took the time to put the lighter in this container, fill it with water, and freeze it. This thing has been in a block of ice since last night. I think it's about as cold as it's going to get. Let's bust it open. Now first thing you're going to notice is that it still has a child safety on it. So let's go ahead and remove that real quick. Just going to take a pair of my Leatherman. Rip that off. And what that does is allows, as you can see, there's ice up in there. That allows for it to get out a lot easier. Okay, so like I said, now it's still not lighting because it is too cold. So, and I do have some pretty sharp, I just took that thing off and I got some sharp barbs on here. So before I start ripping it up down against my body, turn those down. All right. So again, I don't know if it's because it's too cold, because it's been in my hand for a few minutes, and it's probably about 87, 88 degrees out here. It is October, I don't know, October 8th or something like that. So let's do the same thing we did before. Blow it out. Get it going. Get it dried out. Still not working. So now we just have to keep it warm. Put it under your armpit if you have to. It's still a little chilly. I can feel it on my hands that it's still chilly. But it is warming up. Remember, like I said, this has to be above 30.2 degrees, and it's also got to have enough pressure to come up through, enough of it has to change into a gas to come up through the valve when you open it up. And I'm not hearing anything come out yet. So we just got to see if there's a way to warm this puppy up. There we go. And we've got flame, guys. And that's how you recover a cold and wet lighter. Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another episode. This one on how to recover a cold and wet lighter. What did we learn? These things are pretty gosh darn reliable. It takes a few minutes to recover them, and the flame is super hot, 3,500 plus degrees. They'll work when they're cold, all the way down to a little under freezing, and even after that, they are still recoverable. Keep these in your front pocket or someplace close to your body, and you'll never have a problem with them. If they get wet, well, give them a couple, blow them out a little bit, shake them out, get that the ferrocerium rod in there, dry it off, and it's going to work like a charm. Guys, like this video, subscribe if you think this channel is good, share it with your friends, and until next time, get out of the inside and into the outside. Have a good week, guys. Every rock and roller has his soft side, and when he brings it out on stage, you better show him how much you appreciate it.